Lovely morning, everyone. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in this edition, IMF Staff begins Ghana's first program review from today, with the country likely to secure $600 million before end of year. Also, interest rates surged for the fifth month running, despite government recording 25.7% oversubscription of Treasury bill sale. Also in this bulletin, government advised to secure a deal with the official creditor committee to reduce the country's external debt drastically, as the country's debt goes up by 6.3 billion cedis between April and June to 575.5 billion cedis. And Ghana's total earnings from export declines marginally to $10.7 billion. But what could be the implications for revenue and the city's stability? More after this. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Let's now settle for the details. The staff from the International Monetary Fund will from today begin reviewing Ghana's fund program secured in May this year. The assessment will involve reviewing quantitative and qualitative targets set under the program. The team is led by the mission chief for Ghana, Stefan Rode. This engagement by the fund can be described as a mission visit and program review. Ghana could secure about $600 million before end of year if it passes the test. Meanwhile, Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, has told Joy Business that Ghana will pass this review based on the action already taken.
We have a number of conditions we have to meet to be successful at the review. They include, I think, 6 quantitative performance criteria, and some of them include zero Bank of Ghana financing of the central government. The other one is the non-accumulation of external debt payment arrears. And that we are also very successful with that. And then also zero collateralized borrowing.
Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is the Minister of State at the Finance Ministry. Now, interest rates surged for the fifth month running, despite government recording 25.7% oversubscription of Treasury bill sale. According to data from the Bank of Ghana, total bids tendered for the short-term securities were estimated at about 3.25 billion cedis. Here's more.
The government, however, accepted about 3.09 billion cedis of the total bids. According to the figures from the central bank, 2.143 billion cedis of the bids came from the 91-day bill, but the government accepted 2.114 billion cedis. For the 182-day bill, the bids tendered were estimated at 674.64 million cedis. However, the government accepted about 548.72 million cedis. All of the 433.28 million cedis offered for the 364-day bill were accepted by the government. Meanwhile, interest rates on the 364-day bill shot up by 0.33% to 32.50%. The 91-day bill also went up to 28.50% from the 28.12% the previous week. VAT of the 182-day bill also rate 30.67% from 29.93% previously.
A Business Desk report. Now, some bank chiefs and analysts are expecting the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana to keep the policy rate unchanged. The policy rate is the rate at which the commercial banks borrow from the Bank of Ghana went up to 30% in July. Research lead at GCB Capital, Courage Boti, said the Bank of Ghana will maintain the policy rate because there is still space for monetary tightening. Managing Director of ARB Apex Bank, Alex Kwesi Iwa, corroborated, saying the committee will maintain the rate as it finds antidote to control inflation.
It should be maintained. From the last indicators that we got, inflation rate is coming down, and when inflation rate is coming down, it should be a pointer towards that. Going forward, we should expect that there should be stability, and the rate also should be either maintained, or if it's the changes are not going to be drastic, or if in the foreseeable future we expect that the rate of decline is going to be drastic, then the Bank of Ghana should look at reducing it.
Alex Kwesi Iwa is the MD of ARB Apex Bank. More on the economy, and government has been urged to secure a better deal with the official creditor committee to help reduce the country's external debt significantly. According to Associate Professor of Finance at Andrews University, Professor Williams Prepra, government's debt problem is due to high foreign-dominated debt, which is impacted by exchange rate losses. The country's public debt went up by 6.3 billion cedis between April and June to 575.5 billion cedis. Professor Pripra tells Joy Business government must ensure the foreign creditors agree to significant haircut in order to achieve the target for the debt restructuring.
Currently, government is only relying on the short-term securities to survive, and that is why we've also seen the domestic debt going up. Even though we have done the debt exchange, its impact is not felt as it should be. So the trick or the solution to solve this is to get the external creditors also accepting a significant haircut, and that will free Ghana a little bit in terms of debt repayment.
Professor Williams Pripra is an associate professor of finance at Andrews University. To one of our headline stories, now the country's total earnings from the export of cocoa, gold, crude oil, and other services declined marginally to $10.7 billion, ending August this year. This was captured in the latest Bank of Ghana's summary of economic and financial data. But what should we be worried about this development, basically? George Yafi tells us more.
The Bank of Ghana's report showed that the decline can be attributed to drop in earnings from oil exports for this year compared to the same period in 2022. This resulted in earnings going down from $3.8 billion in August last year to $2.3 billion in August this year. It is not clear for now what was the main reason for this decline. However, all other exports, that is gold, cocoa, as well as other items, saw some marginal increase in terms of what the country secured. On the import side, the country spent $8.7 billion to finance its needs ending August this year when it comes to oil and non-oil imports. For some, this might support claims that imports are dropping. This, however, resulted in a trade balance of about $2 billion. But for some, the disturbing development here is that at the time that revenue is not doing that well and attempts to firmly stabilize the Ghana cedi, some strong earnings from these exports might have been a plus for the economy.
George Yafe with that report. Star Assurance Limited has unveiled the Star Motor Third Party Extra, an innovative product that revolutionizes third-party motor insurance in Ghana. This new offering allows third-party policyholders to enjoy some limited coverage for damage to their own vehicles. Head of Product Development and Innovation at Star Assurance Limited, Michael Adumaku, says the third-party motor insurance only covers liability for damage and injuries caused by the policyholder while driving or leaving the policyholder's own vehicle unprotected in case of accidents. He spoke to Joy Business at the unveiling of the product.
The Star Motor Third Party Extra covers third party as well as glass damage to the insured's own vehicle. And this is evolutionary in the industry. This is the first time we are seeing such in the industry, that now clients are able to pay something as little as 100 Ghana cedis and still enjoy a cover for their own vehicle. Now we at Star, we are covering glass damage to the client's own vehicle, be it the windscreen, both the front and the back windscreen, the side mirrors, the window glasses, the front glasses, the inside rear view mirror, and even the sunroof.
Michael Adumaku is the head of product development and innovation speaking there. Now, tax consultant Francis Timoboy is urging the Ghana Revenue Authority to investigate activities at the ports to address issues of misclassification of goods. The Ghana Revenue Authority has accused traders of misclassifying their goods at the ports to evade taxes. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Boy said the authority must conduct thorough investigation to prove their claims.
2, if your container is green, then it means that there's no risk, and they consider factors such as the credibility of the importer, the consistency of the goods, and then how homogeneous the goods are. So that at that point, it is only paper verification. So if it is paper verification and the scanner says I am green, then it means that there's no risk. If it is yellow, then there is a mixture of both. So I think that unless the rules are relaxed at the port, it will be hard for importers to say they have been misclassified. If it is red, then you have to do physical examination. However, there's the possibility that if there's any misclassification or if something is going on and the GR is not detecting it at the port, then maybe there's some conniver at the port which needs investigation.
All right, so let me take you to the stock market quickly. EcoBank Ghana is expected to dominate trading on the local bears this week. Let's hear from Grace Moniyan of Databank Research with a preview of trading on the capital market.
Last week, the stock market indices advanced on price gains in two equities. The Databank stock index climbed 0.38% weekly to a year-to-date gain of 21.32%, whereas the Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index advanced 0.30% weekly, propelling a year-to-date increase of 29.64%. On price movement, EcoBank Ghana emerged as the highest gainer for the week with 30% gains to close at 4 pesos, while Farm Milk gained 12 pesos to 3 cedis 2 pesos. Conversely, GCB Bank shed 3 pesos to end the week at 3 cedis 50 pesos. On outlook for this week, we take price gains in EcoBank Ghana while we forecast a decline in Farm Milk. For Joy Business Reports, Grace Munanyun of Databank Research.
To some money news, and Ghana will generate about $6.6 billion annually from lithium mining. This is when an Australian mining company, Atlantic Lithium Limited, start production in 2026. The lithium production will create between 1,000 to 2,000 jobs in the central region. Speaking on the sidelines of the West African Mining Conference, Chief Executive Officer of Atlantic Lithium Limited, Keith Muller, expressed optimism about receiving permit and obtaining a mining license by the end of September.
I've been very surprised by the level of engagement that we've had from the Minerals Commission. We've never been this close to getting our mining license, and we still believe that will happen in the next couple of weeks, if not by the end of this month. The company will generate in excess of $6.6 billion over the life of mine. More than half of that will go to the benefit of Ghana in the forms of taxes, royalties, free carry interest, company salaries, contracts to the local community. We've been operating in Ghana now since 2016.
A while longer in the industry, crude oil is going for $93 a barrel this morning. Gold is trading at $1,922 an ounce after losing $3. Cocoa also lost $13 to open trading at $3,582 a ton. And let me tell you the performance of the cedi quickly. The cedi began the week going for 11 cedis 55 pesos against the US dollar on the forex or retail market. It is selling at 14 cedis 60 pesos to the pound. It is trading at 12 cedis 40 pesos to the euro. And that's all for the Joy Business Report. Here with me, Pius Kujobaka. Back to you.
Thank you.